Hello and welcome to another edition of Son of Kaiju Review. I'm Protomet.
I am Tank, and he got the name right.
Yay! Today we will be talking about Ultraman Zero, the movie, The Revenge of Belial, also known as Super Deciding Fight, Belial Galactic Empire. But no sources will call it Revenge of Belial, including the official US release. So I can now officially say I can call it that. Like for a number of years, I kept hearing it, seeing it being referred to as Revenge of Belial, and I couldn't figure out why. But now that that's what the U.S. name for the movie is, I can call it that and not feel guilty.
So it is not Zero the movie?
No, it's Zero the movie. The Revenge of Belial. But before it was Ultraman Zero the movie, Super Deciding Fight, the Belial Galactic Empire. Which is a mouthful. I'm kind of okay with Revenge of Belial.
Yeah, that works. It's easier to say.
It also indicates that, yes, this is a sequel to Mega Monster Battle.
Oh, yeah.
Which we've previously covered on this channel. I recommend giving that a watch.
Yes.
Not our video. The movie.
Well, you can watch our video, too.
No, they have to watch the movie. All of it. Because it's that good.
Well, yeah. Okay, then. Okay.
I mean, you could follow it up with our video.
Yeah, exactly. You watch the movie, then watch our video.
But wait until after you get done with this podcast. We need the views.
Yes. Please, help.
So, for a brief recap of what happened in Mega Monster Battle, the movie, an evil Ultraman named Belial broke free from his imprisonment and just wrecked the Land of Light's shit and stole the plasma core.
He did. Yeah. A lot of shit happened.
And then Ultraman, Ultra 7, Ultraman Mebius, and some guy named Ray and his monsters, they go off to go fight.
Yes.
And
they can't really handle Belial.
Also, I think Ultraman Dyna shows up to help Zap Spacey, who are Ray's friends. But ultimately, the battle doesn't really go the hero's way until Ultra 7 sends out a message recalling Ultraman Zero, who is it's later revealed as Seven's son.
Yep. And
this movie is about Zero and how he beat Belial a second time.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. That's the podcast, you guys.
Go watch the movie. It's way better than my description was.
No, it takes a while for them to actually meet back up, so shall we start with the plot?
Yes, which starts with an invasion of a planet.
Of mirrors?
No, of emeralds.
Emeralds. Yes, emeralds, not mirrors. That's later.
They are attacking the planet Esmeralda.
They're attacking Esmeralda, and
which is being protected by Mirror Knight.
Yes.
That's why you thought mirrors.
Yeah, Mirror Knight, yes.
One thing I have to mention before we move forward is that this movie contains quite a few references to Tsuburai's other tokusatsu heroes from the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
So Mirror Knight is a reference to Mirror Man. The planet Esmeralda is a reference to the Emerald Aliens from Jumborg Ace. And I'm going to reference a lot of the other references that this movie has. Mm-hmm. But be aware that this movie merely has references to these. They don't call out to these references.
Yeah.
These are references that I noticed because I've watched those other shows and am aware that they are references. This movie's story goes by completely fine without you needing to have seen any of the other stuff.
No. They're just there to help.
Yes. The plot survives on its own without needing the references, but they're nice.
So, pretty much, the Mirror Knight is fighting off all these, grunts that look like Zero.
They are referred to as Darklopses.
Darklopses.
Darklops.
Darklops. That sounds like a Power Ranger villain.
It does sound like a Power Ranger villain.
That's better than iGuy.
Not as good as Cyclopter.
Nope. Nope.
But anyway, the battle does not go well, and
he ends up...
Belial and his forces win.
Yes, pretty much, yes. And he gets kind of slightly taken over.
Oh, Mirror Knight? Yeah.
Yeah. He's evil, but not.
Also,
yeah.
I do want to mention that in this movie, Belial has like a scar across one of his eyes, which is a reference to his defeat in the previous movie. Never shows up ever again in any other Ultraman media.
Nope.
Anytime Belial shows up in later media, his eye is completely fine. So I don't know.
Yeah, he's a battle wound. There you go.
But it never shows up in anything else. It's just in this movie.
Yep.
So weird.
Oh, yeah. Then we go to the Land of Light.
Because a couple of the Darklopses arrive there for reasons. And Zero immediately recognized them because he had previously encountered a Darklops Zero in a 2-episode miniseries that's meant as a prologue to this movie.
Ah.
So the fact that he immediately recognizes them is referencing the fact that he has encountered one of them before.
Yes. He starts battling off against a couple of them. He starts getting outnumbered, then his 7 comes to help.
Yep. And Zero manages to take out 2 of them, while 7 only takes out 1.
Well, it's his movie.
Yeah, that is fair. That is fair. I'm gonna go into the corner. Oh, so it's kind of a passing the torch sort of esque moment to kind of hype up the new guy while also showing how stronger he is compared to the classic guy.
Mm-hmm.
But not in a way that makes the classic guy look super weak.
No. 7 can hold his own in any battle.
Also, 7 had previously fought one of these things before.
Yeah.
So, it's a bit more experience. Well, as it turns out, they managed to recover one of the cores of these Darklopses.
And it's green crystal?
It's a green crystal from... which is specifically from the planet Esmeralda.
And, well, Father of Ultra pretty much...
They don't know that it's from the planet of Esmeralda. All they know is that these things came from some other universe.
Yeah. So, Father Ultra was pretty much saying, this is not from our world.
And with the help of Ultraman 80, because he detected negative energy, or minus energy, emanating from the thing, they managed to point in the direction of the other universe.
Yep.
Just kind of off in that direction.
Over there. It's right there. It's right. It's 3 galaxies that way.
And of course, because they need the space garrison to stay behind to protect the planet, they send Zero off all on his lonesome.
Yep.
They give him a bracelet that'll allow him to transform 3 times, and it's like, bye.
Bye. Good luck. Bye.
Say,
Then we get to a planet and we have 2 brothers.
Apparently this is still planet Esmeralda.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was another planet myself, honestly.
So, being pretty much damaged, destroyed by a bunch of mech units.
I think this is more the mining area of the planet.
Okay.
Which
would make sense.
Because all the people that are present in the scene have like shabbier clothes.
Yeah.
Not like they're super poor, more like these are well worn outfits that are like made to last a long time.
Yeah. And these kids
now in Run
in Rune have a shard of a crystal.
Yes, it's a red crystal. It's shaped very similar to Ultraman Neo's chest symbol. Or Ultraman the next chest symbol, depending on how you want to look at it. It's the same guy.
God.
But they're being attacked by some of the robots, the Legionoids.
Yeah.
And then Zero shows up.
Yep, and he surprisingly defeats the robots, and then all of a sudden his energy just drains extremely quickly.
Yes, but the kids, upon seeing Zero, are terrified.
Well,
First off, it's a giant that looks a lot like the Darklopses that have been attacking.
Yes.
They have no frame of reference of the Darklopses being modeled after him.
So. Exactly. So, Zero takes out the thing, and the kids are just screaming because he thinks he's gonna do something to them. But then, Zero starts losing his powers, and one of the kids seems to be dying.
That's because he falls into a volcanic pit. So Zero enters into him.
Yep. Not in that way.
Yeah, that way. That way.
Yeah, that way. Not that way.
Out of the gutter. No, it's like taking, like Ultraman did with Hayate in the original
he
series.
took his
took him as a host. And soon after revealed that while he doesn't have full access to Run's memories, he is still able to keep Run alive.
Yeah.
Which is the thing that the younger brother now is more concerned of.
Yeah.
Interesting fact, now is played by, hold up. It's played by, no wait, never mind. It's played by Tatsuomi Hamada, who would later play Riku Asaka in Ultraman G.
Pretty much, Belial's son.
Yeah, spoiler alert, Belial has a son. It's not a spoiler for this movie.
No.
It was actually part of the marketing for Gene, so
Yeah.
It's not too big of a spoiler.
Here's a fact, he's a good guy.
The show that the Ultraman that the show is named after is a good guy? I gotta flip this table.
Ah! The roof!
God damn it. I just had that repaired.
Now it's gonna rain. Okay, so then...
basically now explains to Zero in Rune that Belial is attacking the planet to harvest the emeralds from the planet because he's using them to power his war machines.
Yeah, pretty much.
And now, basically, it's up to Now and Zero to try and find the Shield of Maradi, which the kind of Y-shaped crystal that Now has is apparently a key to, or something.
And Yao says we need help with what is the pirate group called again?
The Pirates of Flame, but first, accident while exploring the caverns under the surface of the planet, they find a spaceship.
Ah, yes, the spaceship. I forgot. Oh, yeah. It's been a while since we actually watched this.
Like a week.
Yes. I'm a little rusty on remembering things.
And if you're rusty, imagine me with my memory problems. Hello and welcome to Son of Kaiju Review.
Squirt. I have a water bottle next to me and I pretended to spray it.
But it's there they encounter this girl.
Yes, a girl.
Just kind of sitting there, and they try to talk to her.
And all of a sudden they get electrocuted and...
Zapped against the wall.
And then all of a sudden we hear a random voice say, "Memory erasing begin."
Turns out the planet, Janbird, is going to erase the memories.
Yes.
To keep the girl, Princess Emerana, safe.
Yes. But then all of a sudden...
Emerana feels guilty about it.
She tells...
Janbird
to stop. And, Janbird goes on a little deal, blah, 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 blah. And then, she tries to approach them, and Zero's like, No! Get away!
It's like, you attacked us without warning, for no reason. Stop!
Okay, you seem friendly, but... Whoa! Give us some time here. Then they...
But Amarana explains her situation, and they quickly join up as a group.
Yes.
Amarana has joined the party.
Yes, pretty much. Now they're going to play Lovecraft.
Okay.
No, wait, not Lovecraft. Dungeons and Dragons.
Wait, I thought they were in Dungeons and Dragons already. For those of you who haven't picked up on this, this is not your typical Ultraman science fiction movie. This is a lot more of an adventure movie.
Yes, it
that
is.
just happens to have a lot of sci-fi elements to it.
Yes, very
and
much.
That's awesome.
Yes, that's not a bad thing at all.
I love this movie for it.
It's a nice little twist compared to just like following the regular, compared to like all the other Ultra movies.
This movie is both a cluster of references to Tsuburai's past works, while also just its own thing, all on its own, that stands alone, separate from the rest of the franchise, and that's a great thing.
The Pirates of Fire.
Yes. So they go to the nitromethane sea, the space nitromethane sea, which is where the Pirates of Flame reside.
And apparently these guys have been battling against the forces of Belial for a while now, and winning at some points. But Zero goes out to ask for some help, and Glenfire, who is their giant of the light,
who is a reference to the hero Fireman.
And those two have by far the funniest fight scene I have ever seen in a long time. Well, at least in an Ultra.
It's a good action scene too.
Yes, because like they're like punching, kicking, all of a sudden slamming. Zero gets him, brings him up into the air, and performs a Kaneko driver.
Also, for this review, we were watching the English dub of the movie, and throughout the English dub, they give Glenfire a kind of piratey
yes, like an accent.
Like,
matey yar.
And vernacular.
Yeah, just like...
I mean, they do that for the Pirates of Flame as well, so...
Yes. They're just on their ship cheering, but, you know...
It just... For me, personally, it sounds so weird for him to have such a piratey voice when I'm more familiar with his Japanese voice, which is really more of a fiery type character.
So more...
The kind of guy who would shout, kind of...
Yeah. Like, let's say Goku or Vegeta go into Super Saiyan.
Or like, I picture him more as like Momotaros from Kamen Rider Dano.
Okay.
Which I think is kind of a coincidence. Give me a second. Because I know he's voiced by Tomokazu Seki. And I think there are like 2 voice actors with that name. So I think Dano's Momotaros is voiced by the other Tomokazu Seki. Unless I'm mistaken.
That slight little... scratch my voice there a little. Had to take a drink.
Oh, Toshihiko Seki is the other one.
So slight difference, but not by much.
Quickly checking what he's all done.
Alright, then...
Actually, it doesn't look like he had anything to do with... Oh, wait, yeah, Momotaros. Never mind. So I was right.
Okay.
I was remembering correctly for once. Hooray!
So, they pretty much call a spade of spade.
And they realize that they're both fighting for this on the same side.
Yep. I just like how when he Glenfire like says something, he kind of puts his hands through his fire.
Like he's flipping his hair back.
Yep. Just like,
Then they get attacked by Belial's forces.
Yes. And him and Zero do a decent
I think this is where we get introduced to one of his generals, Darkgon.
Darkgon,
Who is a reference to the numerous main villains from Jumborg Ace, which is actually where Jumbird is referenced to.
It kind of looks like a VR Trooper villain from back in the day.
Darkgon?
Oh, no. Darkgon's the star. Big star guy, I think.
You're thinking of Iron. Darkgon is...
Yeah. That one. Yeah. Nah. I'm getting confused.
Oh, you were thinking that Iron looks like a VR Trooper guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
But less robotic.
Right.
Yeah, so Belial has commanders and other stuff.
Yeah, we mentioned Darkgon. We have Iron, who is a reference to the monster Iron from Mirror Man.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Legionoids are a reference to some monster from Fireman. I always forget. I always forget what they're a reference to. And then, of course, you've got the Darklops, which are based on Ultraman Zero, which is...
Yeah.
Okay, they're... the Legionoids are based on a robot called Baranda V.
Baranda V.
So, yeah, basically all of Belial's forces in this movie are references to other Tsuburaya shows. So specifically, it's of course Ultraman, but Mirror Man, Jumborg Ace, and Fireman are the three movies that this movie references to a lot.
Yeah.
Without requiring you to have seen those movies. But
I believe they have to retreat.
Yeah.
At this point.
But they do give but Glenfire does give Zero some information as to where they can find the shield they're looking for.
Mm-hmm. And at this point, Glenn, it looks like he pretty much tries to sacrifice himself to... If you haven't seen this movie before, you'd think, he did a Vegeta against Boo.
Oh, yeah.
But he just uses a big attack and...
It ignites the space nitromethane.
Yep. And boom, 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 boom.
So they head to the planet, the two-dimensional planet Mirrors.
Yes. And they're talking to...
The Mirror people.
The Mirror people, and they're pretty much saying their hero is, he's depressed now because
he turned into like mid-series Chang Wu-Fei from Gundam Wing. He's all super depressed for no reason.
Yeah, it's just like, no.
He suffered one defeat, and that was enough to utterly shatter him as a person.
Yep.
Fuck Wu-Fei.
They're all nuts in that series.
Yeah, but specifically fuck Wu-Fei because he's a terrible character.
You're not wrong.
There's a reason why they haven't released a new model kit of his Gundam. It's because he's the least popular character in that show, which I will get into more detail next month over on my channel. Look forward to my review of Gundam Wing, people who actually watch my stuff over there. But yeah, Mirror Knight is all depressed / corrupted.
Yep, and he's a Digimon that's got a poison deal.
So Rune transforms into Zero for a second time, meaning he's only got one left.
Yep.
After this.
Try to get him out of his funk, and they end up having a battle, or him pretty much beating up Zero to and then Zero uses his light to...
save him.
Yes.
And thankful for that, Mirror Knight tells them where they can find the shield.
Yep. And...
So they go down, and they find the remains of Ultraman Noah.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of sitting there.
Yep.
And they put Nao's pendant into the thing, and it crumbles to dust.
Yep.
This whole big adventure for dust.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. You can see where Revenge of the Fallen took its inspiration. Sorry, I can see that this movie took its inspiration from Revenge of the Fallen. That's what I meant. Because this movie came out after that one.
Yeah, pull the sword up. Then WoW is pretty much
distraught.
That
this whole adventure, and the thing crumbles to dust right before their eyes.
Yep. Just like
this thing that is prophesized to save them from this great Dane threat just turns to dust immediately.
Well, if he would come back, he would have just destroyed Belial with one hit.
This is true. Ultraman Noah is OP. Please nerf.
Yep.
So they did. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's the premise of Ultraman Nexus. Ultraman Noah, too OP. Please nerf.
Hashtag please nerf.
Then they get attacked by Iron and his group.
Yeah. Then,
also, apparently this destroys the planet of mirrors.
Well, it does shatter. Zero tries to transform for the third time, but he ends up dropping his...
Yeah.
His,
and everybody gets captured.
Yep. And now, Zero and Belial are...
Face to face. Except Zero is tiny.
He's like... And Belial... I wonder who voiced him in the English version. Whoever did a really great job of that menacing...
Oh, yeah. I have to agree with that.
Oh, you be quiet.
No one asked for your opinion, computer.
Shut up, Ray Trip. I didn't say nothing.
But yeah, basically, Belial is gloating about how he won.
Yep.
Because he has Zero's transformation device.
Mm-hmm. And just like, you give that back. like, really? But no banana fingers.
So, turns out the Belial's entire plan in this movie has been to amass his forces to attack the Land of Light en masse.
Yes. So his forces end up going to the Land of Light. But the other... Well, all the Ultras go out and try to defend.
Try.
They try. They succeed somewhat, but not really. Like, they're still fighting.
But then now an Emirana show up in Janbird.
And shoot Zero free, and also shoot Belial in the hand so he drops the
transformation device.
Yep. And
also Mirror Knight's there.
Yep.
I guess
he can escape his world.
So Run transforms into Zero, triggering the climactic battle of the film.
Mm-hmm. Then they like all of Belial's forces just are involved in
the fights with their various counterparts. Janbird transforms, revealing that he can become the giant robot Janbot, which is a reference to Jumbo Ace, which in that series the character has a plane that is given the power to transform into a giant robot, Jumbo Ace.
Then, before this, Jamber is getting stomped and his energy is fading. And then the Emirana has to become a battery for him.
And she has to turn herself into emeralds to give Janbird the power to transform into Janbot.
Yes.
And then now takes control of Janbot.
By
which is also...
by pretty much,
Kung Fu Fighting.
Yes.
Which is also a reference to John Borges. If you couldn't tell, now is a reference to the lead character from John Borges. Naoto.
Naoto, huh?
Yes.
Then...
I hate him.
Do you?
I hate that character.
Is he a prick?
A little bit, yeah.
Is he as big of a prick as...
He's basically your standard hot-headed shonen mecha anime hero character.
Ah.
So I kind of hate him. But that's a topic for when I cover John Borges. Now is fine.
No.
So yeah, John Bot gets into a fight with Dargon, while Mirror Knight gets into a fight with Iron, and they win.
Yes.
Hooray.
Mirror Knight uses a bunch of his attacks. He finds a wound on his back and he focuses on that.
I think what he does is he focuses all of his attacks on one specific spot to specifically weaken that specific spot until it finally breaks. Which is a tactic I see a lot in tokusatsu shows. And like mecha shows where it's not a universal thing, but I kind of love when it happens because it's like, oh, cool. Chip damage.
Well, pretty much. And yeah, so then Zero and Belial are having their big fight.
Yeah, because Zero got back up.
And now he's at an equal size to Belial. Like transforming into a...
So then Belial decides to take it to the next level and transforms into his final form.
Yes. This thing looks... That form...
Arch-Belial.
Arch-Belial?
That is what it's called.
He... Honestly, looks fucking cool.
I know. Honestly, anytime Belial transforms in these movies, he looks fucking cool. Last time he turned into a giant devil-looking thing.
Yep.
This time he looks like a fucking kaiju.
Oh yeah, he's a kaiju.
It's like an emerald kaiju.
Just
Kind of looks like what Shepardon looks like in Ultraman Ginga has, but evil.
Then it takes all of everybody's...
It takes everybody's power and it's still not enough.
Yep. Then Zero switches to his different form after.
Well, he dies.
Yeah.
But by this point, the forces of the Mirror Planet, the Pirates of Flame, and the planet Esmeralda have all shown up to aid in the battle in a huge fleet battle to just pew 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 pew
Yep, just like,
pew 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 pew.
And I'm surprised none of the Land of Light came.
Well, they were already kind of
Yeah, they were occupied.
They were already there.
Yeah, Zero was there.
So it's not really that big of a surprise that they didn't show up. Oh, Hordak.
You almost knocked Hordak over, man.
I'm sorry, Hordak.
Be ashamed.
I am.
He's got a Hordak figure next to him.
So then Ultraman Noah shows up to give Zero a power-up.
Yep, pretty much. It's just like, stop being a bitch. No, but gives him a power boost and a slightly different look.
Final Ultimate Zero.
And then...
Ultimate Zero.
Ultimate Zero.
We get a cool scene where Zero's charging up his final attack, and all of his allies are helping to kind of distract Belial so that he can finally pull it off. And it all seems like it ended up being pointless when Belial launches an attack, only to reveal that it was just a reflection in a mirror.
Yep.
And Zero shoots him in the back.
And then Belial is defeated.
Again?
Again. Would he be dead? Or does he come back again?
Ultraman G'd happened, so he comes back.
Well, yeah, I guess. I haven't got to that yet.
But this is the last time he shows up in a Zero movie.
Okay.
The next one will not have Belial in it.
And then... They're... Shit. Zero and Hope...
Zero and now reunite aboard Janbird.
And
they're mourning Amarana's death. And then she steps out of the engine room.
Just like, I never said that the princess was deceased.
I think I lost some weight. She definitely looks like she had a bit of a romp, if you ask me.
Yeah, just like...
She doesn't have as much of
like
her outfit on there. Her hair's a mess.
She's like, hoi.
She's exhausted.
Yep. Like she came out of the closet like, woohoo.
But anyway, the Ultras managed to save the Land of Light. Everything's fine. Zero separates from Rune, so Rune completely forgets everything that happened.
It's like
prior
he's
to
like
his Ultra's death.
Like way out of the loop. Like,
yeah.
Like, listen, nice to meet you. Just he's so confused.
Yeah, I think that's... Ow. I hit the table with the tips of my fingers. The table won.
As it usually would.
But I think Rune forgetting everything is a reference to the ending of the original Ultraman, where Hayata forgets everything that happened prior to his meeting Ultraman. So, which not a whole lot of shows do.
No.
A lot of shows just kind of let the human characters remember, as far as I'm aware. So.
Then Zero goes off on his own, and then he meets Janbird.
Janbot, Mirror Knight, and Glenfire.
Yep. And he decides that he wants to put a...
They want to form a team. They want him to join the Avengers. Basically.
Yep. Here's the Avengers initiative.
Ultimate Force Zero is what they decide to name the team.
And then the movie ends.
Right.
Yep.
I did check and there was no mid-credit sequence or end-credit sequence or post-credit sequence. It just ends.
Yep.
So, not at all a Marvel Comics movie, 0 out of 10. Too much water.
Too much chefs in the kitchen spoiled the broth. No, this movie was fucking great. This
is a fantastic movie. I love that they decided to go with a more fantastical adventure angle rather than just their standard sci-fi tropes that the Ultra shows have been, or the Ultra movies kind of have had for a while now.
Yeah.
Not that those are necessarily bad, but it's nice to see something different.
Oh, yeah.
Something to show that Tsuburaya still has plenty of imagination, which is evident, which is also a reference to the fact that they had enough imagination to make a number of Ultraman-esque shows and still have them feel different.
Oh, yeah. They're more extreme.
Depends
on which one, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, you had me watch some of the Ultra 7S or Z or whatever it was.
X?
X.
Yeah. Ultra 7X, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of dark.
Well, it was made for adults, so
yeah.
I'll look forward to the release of that on, I think, either DVD or Blu-ray next month.
Ooh, that's coming out.
Yeah. I've already got mine pre-ordered.
So, yeah. This movie's great. The plot was great.
The characters were fantastic.
Exactly.
It's an incredibly fun adventure, and yes, Belial comes back, but it doesn't feel very cliched.
But the thing about that is, it's good to have him back. He's like that. He's like the main top, like one of the main top level villains where the Ultras just can't get rid of.
Right. a good recurring final boss.
Yeah, just like, and he always has different freaking forms at the end.
And then they gave him banana fingers when they cloned him.
You don't speak of the banana fingers.
I do, because that shit was hilarious.
I know, that's funny.
That episode was pretty funny.
Just like he looks so menacing, but
then he has yellow fingers.
He's like, ah!
Would have been funnier if they could have seen what you just did.
Pretty much what I did, I was pretending to be the clone of Belial, and I looked at my fingers, seeing that they're yellow, and I tried to take a bite of my finger. Banana.
Ooh, banana.
Yeah, what else can we say about this?
Other than go watch the movie.
Yeah, watch the movie.
It's a lot better than how we've been describing it.
There's probably some things we've missed in this podcast, so go watch the movie. You know, like it was a week since we watched it, so give us a break.
Yeah. Well, it had been a couple of years since I'd seen it, but come on, shut up. Hello.
Hello, hi there.
Welcome.
Welcome to Gamezillong Toku Cast.
What was in the water we just drank?
Banana juice.
Had to do it.
So. Oh, God.
I don't even know what we're laughing at.
I don't know either. But, like we say, this movie is great.
Yeah.
Like we said before, give it a watch, and
I don't know what more we can say.
you watch it in Japanese, the Japanese version. We watch it in our English.
Yeah, and previously I'd watched it in Japanese. So,
you know, I could have watched it because I have my own copy before today.
You could have, but so could have I.
Yeah. Bye.
See ya.
Yeah.